I promise you, my hood is not on because it's 25 degrees outside here. Nope, that's not the reason at all. The reason is this way I can pull my hood down like this and not have to look at the rest of these guys who you see here. Because we've got Nerestra,
Hello.
Dark Falls, OPT, and Krim. So, welcome back, everybody. This is.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm just not acknowledging TG, but hi.
He never acknowledges me, so don't worry about that. So anyway, as we were saying, welcome back. This is, for right now, going to be issue 2.7, Good Intentions. And I say for right now because that title is subject to change depending on what actually happens, because there are about 45 different ways that this could possibly go in my mind, which means they're going to find the 46th.
It's kind of like our job, isn't it?
I mean, to be fair, I'm looking for option 47.
I already saw that one. I'm actually looking for option 70.
I think I'm more impressed that either of you two can count that high on your own.
I can't. I get juries and calculators to do that.
I don't play Zelda 1, truly.
OPT, rule number 1, no math.
That's why I went to law school.
You said the word calculator, no math.
Calculator isn't math. Calculator's computers.
Someone's never played Final Fantasy Tactics, have they?
No, not like that anyway.
Anyhow, last time, well, we discovered that Lutra has a new friend. And this new friend has a name. Lutra, what is your new friend's name?
It's Dev. It's Dev. I called it Dev because it stands for disembodied voice. It makes a lot of sense if you think of it.
The rest of us don't want to think of it, but Dev to Lutra, as everybody else has ascertained, is really just Shemhazai doing Shemhazai things. Also, in addition to that, Phantasm was able to translate the note he was given in the future, which was some GPS coordinates, which led to the Library of Alexandria. But in order to ensure that whatever information Shemhazai was gathering, she couldn't gather that, he might have told Lutra they were going to the pyramids of Giza, where inside that they discovered a bunch of fun little history about 4 people sealing up different, what appear to be giant demonic creatures inside structures that strangely look like pyramids. After that, the groups decide to split in two, with Anton and Lutra on a boat heading towards the Colossus of Rhodes, and Phantasm and Malkir following the clues and ultimately the homing magic that is on his sword for some reason to an ancient entrance of the Library of Alexandria. Inside the library, they found a piece of parchment that sort of stuck out from everything else, and on it they had a couple of clues, which they quite correctly determined were the hints about the location of the other 3 magical medallions that they have heard about but don't have access to. For those of you who would like to be reminded of those, I'm sure our lovely restreamer will pop that mysterious note up on the screen for you right about now.
They would have. Which one?
The mysterious note with the picture of the parchment.
Okay, because there's like 4 mysterious notes. Sorry.
But yes, this mysterious note here was the one that they discovered with a nice open spot where presumably the text for the Earth medallion should be. But they don't need the text for that because they have it. We left our 2 heroes at the library, and that's where we stopped last time, and now we're going to continue on right where we left off. Let's go ahead and pick up with Lutra, Anton, Hub, and a boat.
Whee! Hey, Anton.
Yes, Lutra?
I had a question that's been bugging me for quite some time.
Okay.
Why do people only eat tacos on Tuesday?
What? Lutra? What?
Well, I just keep hearing about this thing that everyone says it's like Taco Tuesday. Well, I mean, why? Why don't you just eat tacos whenever you want? Doesn't make any sense to me.
You know, you're not wrong.
Well, thank you.
It's a special day. You get 2 tacos. You're getting tacos on Tuesday. But yeah, you can have tacos whenever you want. Tacos are good. They even have something called fish tacos.
Yes, I've heard. Oh, I really want one. They sound so yummy. Oh, they have fish inside of a taco? Oh my gosh, it sounds like the greatest thing ever.
It's not bad.
Not bad. It's fish in a taco.
It's really one of those California hippie things. It's really not as good as you think it is.
Oh, come on. It's probably great, Hub. How would you know you don't need anything anyway? You're a computer.
Oh, if you only knew, silly little otter.
No, you're a computer. I'm pretty sure computers don't eat things.
Currently, you are correct. I am a computer.
Oh, good. Well, at least I got that right. So where are we going again? I kind of got confused with everything.
According to the information programmed into me, we are currently sailing towards the Colossus of Rhodes.
Thank you, Hub.
Colossus of Rhodes. What is that?
It's an ancient statue.
Ooh.
Well, what's left?
Oh.
The Colossus of Rhodes is one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, a giant statue constructed in the guise of the sun god Helios.
Oh! Phantasm was mentioning those 7 wonders before. What are all the 7 wonders anyway?
Hold on, the Wi-Fi out here is spotty. Give me a
Oh,
second.
no, yeah.
So, the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Obviously, we can start with the Colossus of Rhodes. Then there is the Lighthouse of Alexandria, the Great Pyramid at Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the Statue of Zeus at Olympia, the Temple of Artemis, and the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus.
Lucha kind of listens to that, smiles, nods, ticks off every one in his hand. And after he gets to 7, he kind of stops and tilts his head, but, what about the Sphinx?
The Sphinx is not an ancient wonder.
Oh. Phantasm must have been wrong about that. Oh well. Sure, it's just a mistake.
Or was he lying to you on purpose?
Lucha's ears kind of perk up. Looks around a bit, but he doesn't say anything to Anton, although he would clearly be looking a little confused. But he shakes his head and just says, No, it's just a mistake.
Is
What
it
was the most-
really? Why did he stay in Egypt and send you here?
Lucha kind of frowns, looks over at Anton and says, Hey, why did we go here and everyone else stay in Egypt?
Oh, there's 7 wonders, so it's easier for us to cover them all.
I guess. But what if someone finds something? Like, we're going to be all split up and really far away.
We've handled it.
Okay. Lucha nods.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Just then, you hear some static on your call. Hey guys, at the library, we found something. It's a little cryptic, so we're gonna have to go over it when we all meet up. But let us know if you find anything at the Colossus.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Why is he in the library? That's not any of the ancient wonders.
Lucha kind of shrugs. Just says, maybe they found something there. I don't know.
Yes, but why would they go there?
Well, maybe they found something somewhere else that led them there. Huh? Doesn't matter. They're there.
Or maybe they just didn't want you there.
They want me there.
You know they don't like me.
Are you guys at the Colossus yet?
We're getting there. Lutra's having conversations with Hub and Dev, apparently.
And as you say that, by the way, you can see the ruins of the island coming up rather quickly.
Hey, Hub, can we slow this thing down a bit?
Oh, absolutely. Hold on tight and just stop.
Ah!
I'm going to need acrobatics checks from both.
Can I just fly into the water?
You certainly can automatically fail the acrobatics check.
I'm not paying attention. I'm dealing with Dev.
All right. Nora will, or Anton will sort of slam a little bit, and then Lutra just gets launched about 30 feet in the air.
Ah! God, why?
It's a mini auto rocket. And then, whoosh.
Lutra's head peeks up over the water as he's treading water, but he's like, oh, stupid computer. Ah.
The water is much warmer than you're used to.
Yeah. Lutra swims around a bit. This actually feels kind of nice.
Can we go fish him out of the water now?
No, I'm fine. I can swim.
Sure, hold on. And a compartment opens up in the boat, and there's a fishing pole.
Hub.
What? You said you wanted to fish him out.
Lucha swims up towards the side of the boat and says, to be fair, you did say that.
You're taking it side now?
I mean, you said that. That's all I'm saying.
I am a he.
Sorry, he said that.
Okay, let's arguing with the computer and Dev. Let's go figure out what's
I'm
here.
arguing with Dev.
Are you sure? Because you were
I was
talking back.
having a conversation. That's not arguing.
Anyway, shall we continue on to the island? It's only a short bit away.
I'll just
Yes.
swim the rest of it.
Starts up, just sort of coasts in nicely. And it's surprisingly... Go ahead and give me a quick perception check.
I forgot to load up my sheet.
All right. You'll notice really quickly, the 20 is more than enough, that as you're sort of getting in towards shallow waters, the boat turns into like a mini sort of hover boat and just sort of parks.
Kind of like this boat.
Hold on.
You like the boat? You're stuck with me.
I mean, I said the boat, not necessarily the pilot.
All right, then. Off you go.
Okay.
Lucha swims up to the shore.
I mean, the island itself is, well, it's an island.
So, we're on an island. Oh, we are on an island.
For the record, do you know how hard it is to find a statue picture in artist rendition of the Colossus of Rhodes that actually has covering over the midsection?
Near impossible.
Yes, I found about 7 or 8 depictions that I liked, but I couldn't use because they all had stone junk.
Nice.
I mean, that's
Just
how
like
they did it back in
Anton,
the day, right?
stone junk.
Hey! The family show. Well, Lutra, should we, shall we go take a look around?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Just as he pads around, looking up at this statue.
You're not going to find anything here. It's just a distraction, a way to keep me and you and Anton away. They've probably found something remarkable that they don't want to share.
What are you talking about? Phantasm said over the radio that they found something.
But is that everything?
I don't know.
And if it's so important, why is he still insisting on you looking at this place? Look around. There's nothing here.
Lucha shrugs and looks around.
Perception check.
Me too.
If you want to, but there's nothing here.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean there's something? That's a giant statue here.
Well, that's an artist resistant. The statue is long crumbled.
Oh, gotcha. Right. There's a crumbled statue here.
This is just an artist rendition.
Right.
Can I can I reform the statue?
There is unfortunately not enough material for you to reform the statue.
Oh,
You might be able to reform a toe.
So Lucha looks around a bit. Kind of pads, looks around everywhere. Kind of pads back up to Anton and says, "Yeah, there's nothing really here."
well, yeah, it doesn't appear that way.
So yeah, we came all the way up here and there's just nothing here. Lucha kind of fidgets with his hands. Shuffles his feet a bit. Kind of looking down a little bit. Is clearly trying to shrug off a thought he's got in his head.
What's wrong there?
Oh. Nothing.
Well, you want to check out the town, see what's around here?
Town? Oh. I don't know, should we?
They might have fish.
I mean, yes, that's great and all, but we were looking for something important, and there's nothing here. They found something important back there. I guess we should probably head back.
All right. I'm going to be giving both of you guys a hero point for springing the ambush on you here in a second.
Okay.
So go ahead and add a hero point to each of you. And I'm going to ask the following questions when I hit them. First things first. Because of the ambush, you're going to be considered flat-footed for this, which means your active defenses are going to be cut in half. So I know a 21 is going to hit Lutra. Actually, no, these are actually all going to go for Anton. What am I thinking? So I know that's going to hit Anton. And does that hit you when you're cut in half, Anton?
What am I looking at? Strength?
Dodge, cut in half.
So 3.
Then yes, it would hit you. Okay, I'm going to need 3 DC 26 toughness saves as 2 laser beams and a giant shield come smashing into you all at once.
One thing, TG, I do have uncanny dodge.
Right, but it doesn't matter because they're coming after Anton anyway.
Right, I just let you know.
And there's just Lutra sees just these lasers and this thing just hit Anton, just smoke and dust everywhere, and he's completely unscathed.
Lucha screams like, "Ah! Oh, what the? Oh, you look okay."
And appearing over the horizon are some old friends.
Oh boy.
And yes, that is a picture of Iron Man with Captain America.
That's what I was curious about, yes. Oh. Have we seen these guys before?
You
Are we close enough to
recognize
tell?
you recognize the 2 robots, the 2 battlesuits flanking him are the android robots from the roof. You don't recognize the person or this battlesuit. This was not one of the models they had when you were there.
Lutra,
What?
we got suits.
So I've noticed. Why don't you tell them that you don't actually have the suit anymore?
I'm fixing to.
Oh, you don't have the suit anymore? Well, then,
I guess they know now.
in that case, I don't have to worry about bringing you in alive anymore.
Oh. Haha, just kidding. Huh?
I'm going to need some initiative, gentlemen.
I'm going to use that hero point, if you don't mind, to seize the initiative since I've been
Well,
so grossly attacked in the.
Hold on. Before I do that, let me roll there.
Okay.
Because if I roll lower than you, you don't have to.
I'm cool with that.
All right. You will be faster than 2 of them, and one of the drones will be faster than you. Do you still want to?
Nah, I'll let the drone go. That's fine. I'll save the
I
hero
rolled
point
really
for when I
low.
do something dumb.
I rolled a 4 on my initiative. I'm somehow still not going last.
No, you're right. Actually, smack dab in the
It's
middle.
kind of surprising.
It's actually a good spot for
I
you to be.
know.
It is Red Drone's turn. And Red Drone is flying up and attacking you with Repulsor. I'm pretty sure a 19 will hit you, so go ahead and give me a DC 26.
Question, are they like flying above us, or are they on ground level, or what?
They are flying.
Gotcha. So are we playing this on the map screen, like going up further is flight, or?
They are, when I say they're flying, they're basically, at this point, they would be considered hovering off the
Okay.
ground because technically you're on the beach and they're technically over the
Gotcha.
water.
Okay.
But it is Anton's.
All right. So, yes, I may be missing my suit, but I have a present. I'm going to use Menagerie of Stone on them.
Is Anton always like in his rock suit form?
It
No.
can. It basically, the protection is always on. If he wants it to manifest as the Earth-like armor, that's entirely up to him.
Yeah, so it wasn't on to start this. I'm not walking around as a giant rock.
Right.
I mean, that might be more suspicious than the giant otter walking through town.
I'm still gonna go with the giant otter.
Fair. All right. So I am swinging back at. Is Menagerie of Stone a AoE or is it a single?
It is
I
an
don't remember.
AoE.
All right. So
Just the particular reason I let you know they were flying is because that particular effect, they have to be on the
It's
same
not
ground as you. Yeah, you can't.
of
you can't.
course.
Yeah, you can't bring stone up from the water to grab at them because there's none there.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
Yes, and you and Anton would know that.
okay. So I guess in that case, I need to do a little different planning.
Correct. Like he's still well within your smack him with a giant stone club range.
Which I'm not going to do, apparently.
Yeah, no, that is going to miss. However, it is the otter's turn.
Oh, hi. Okay, Lucha's gonna take aim at blue.
Alrighty.
He's gonna shoot his bolt or his crossbow at the thing. Oh.
Remember, Use the sights.
Thank you, Dev. Appreciate that. Hold on.
That was Hub saying that,
Oh,
actually.
sorry.
But
Okay, then what did I I rolled a 2. All right.
yes, you rolled a 2.
All right. Well, whatever. Lutra crumbles a bit.
It is Blue's turn, and surprisingly enough, even though you fired at Blue, its orders are still to go after Anton, and that's exactly what it's
I
doing.
figured I missed so badly, he probably doesn't realize where I came from.
Or doesn't consider you a threat.
Yeah, one of the two.
I don't know.
Again with the repulsor beams, again with a DC 26. Also, I'm rolling really good right now, which means I am so pooched later. Hey, that one will finally crack your rough, rocky exterior with a bruise.
Ow.
And the other one's going to come in with the, fine, you want to play that game? We'll play that game. And he just comes right at you, and he is shield bashing you. Just like straight on charge, and basically he's punching you with a star-spangled shield.
Yeah.
And a 23, I assume, hits.
And the rockets reckless.
That's a later effect. DC 26, please.
I'm actually
another
going to
bruise.
use a hero point to reroll that.
Okay.
Oh!
Well, you re-rolled it like a champion.
So with that, am I able to still... Where is it?
No, because you were not taking a fully defensive action.
Okay.
I know what you were going for, too.
Yeah.
Also, I'll give you the out of game. It's like Cap Shield. It's indestructible.
Fine.
Well, at this point, Red's going to fly down and get a little closer. And at this point, the cannon that he was using, that was repulsor beams, turns into what can only be described as a giant freaking taser. He's using shock, or it's using shock. But a 15 doesn't hit you.
No. I'm not...
You're not vulnerable, so... Base parry
so
plus
my
10.
dodge is parry plus 10, so 16.
So it doesn't hit you. No, he swings at you with that and misses horribly. Anton's up.
Am I fairly close to Lutra?
I think so.
Pretty much.
Okay, so the terrain we're in, we're still on the beach, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to grab a hold of Lutra and use terraforming to take it inland, away from the water.
So basically what's going to happen is you guys are going to meld into the sand and sort of and then pop up a little ways later. You can go ahead and move your pieces some space away.
Okay. Pop up like, oh my gosh, what was that for?
I can't fight them while they're over the water.
Oh. You could have said something. Ugh.
Yeah, but I didn't want them to fully hear it.
But I can...
Anyway, it's your turn, Lutra.
I can fight them over there. Gosh, as long as you trust me or something. Okay, fine. Just pulls his crossbow out and fires again. Not looking all that happy about it, but he does it.
As he pulls the bow out, you hear a whisper. They're machines. Use electricity.
Right. Jeff flips to his taser arrow. I'm re-rolling that. He'll spend a hero point to do that.
Well, hold on. You used a hero point, which means you rolled beneath a 10, which means you add 10 to the roll, which makes it a 22. Yep. Who are you targeting?
Oh, sorry. Blue.
Alrighty, well, Blue, is going to get the hit. And normally it's a fortitude save. Technically, they're immune to fortitude saves, but because it's an electricity effect, they actually are hyper affected by this. So I'm not going to bother rolling because it can't actually make this roll. So what's going to happen is your bolt is going to hit it square on the emblem in the middle, just sort of start shocking it, and it's just going to it almost looks like it's robotically having a seizure, and then just literally crumble to pieces and fall in the water.
There we go. See? Easy.
That worked.
Although technically I have to redo this one quick.
So far in combat, I've rolled a 4, a 2, a 1, and a 2. This is great.
Yep.
This is what happens when Dark doesn't roll.
Right?
I was gonna say, now you know how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done more combat than me still.
But it is, as you can see by the thing here, number 13's turn. And he is going to stay where he is because he is smart enough to realize what you were attempting to do. And he's going to chuck his shield at you. And you're going to have to make me a DC 26 toughness save because I know a 22 hits.
Can you jump on it as it comes flying at you?
Actually, what I really want to do is catch it.
That's what I meant.
You can give me a hero point and attempt an instant counter if you would like to.
You know what? I'll do that.
Alrighty, in that case, you are attempting to catch the shield. Go ahead and give me an athletics or acrobatics check, whichever you would prefer. Alrighty, so you did not succeed in successfully catching it, but you did succeed in successfully stopping it. So the shield does not return to him. It just sort of falls.
There you go.
I was using the DC as his attack result.
Okay.
So you don't succeed in catching it, but basically you manage to stop this momentum enough to sort of bounces, ricochets off your hands, and then sort of floats like what happens when you miss catching a frisbee.
Nice.
So now there's a shield somewhere on the ground. But it is Red's turn, and Red is also going to maintain distance and attack with repulsor beams. I'll give you 3 guesses who he's attacking.
Lutra?
No, Anton.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you said I had 3 guesses.
Anton, DC 26. And another bruise as the beam just sort of comes scorching right at you. But it is your turn now.
How close is the shield?
Definitely within your range.
So I'm going to make a move to grab it.
Which you will be able to do.
And then I'm going to swing at Red.
Red is still in the air back where he was, so you'll have to move back by the beach with the water to get to him.
Oh, he's not even close enough for the... Okay.
Nope. You can always make a thrown attack with the shield. Your throw, if you don't have it listed on that sheet, is going to be your dexterity plus any modifiers you would have for ranged combat that aren't skill specific.
Yeah, no. We're not throwing that. I'm going to... I'll go ahead and just end my turn.
Alrighty. What I will say is the shield is going to give you a +2 bonus on your dodge and parry. Lutra.
I'm sure mine's the shield that Anton just picked up. I remember when you had a bigger shield.
I do too.
It was nice. Oh, right, fighting.
It was.
Hub speaks up at this point. Are you suffering from shield envy?
No, I don't want a shield. Just,
Hub, butt out.
Okay. A giant rubber butt just starts
Right.
mooning them from the ship.
Could you be at least somewhat helpful?
Neener, neener, neener.
targeting red.
Alrighty.
I got nothing. That's
what
it.
did you do to the dice roll?
I don't know. I honestly am wondering if I have, like, twos. Like, my goodness. That's me. Go ahead.
So what happens is you fire at red, you miss, and your arrow flies by red, hits and pops the rubber butt.
Alex was like, you know, I don't really feel that bad about that one.
All right, number 13, it's his turn.
Lutra's clearly distracted. I say that only because I've been rolling like crap.
Legitimate
Now you
excuse.
know how I
Oh,
feel.
shut up.
At this point, you're gonna see him push a button on the on his suit, and I'm gonna need you to make a strength check as the shield is trying to return to him. Unfortunately, you fight, and you have two options. You can go with the shield, or you can let it go.
I'm going with the shield.
Yes!
I thought you might. So you're flying towards him with the shield, which he was not expecting. I will let you get an unarmed attack on this because, yeah.
He's not expecting that one. Nice.
He's not expecting somebody to be able to hang on to the shield. But anyway, he's going to have to make the DC 23 because he's clearly not expecting that to happen. And you will bruise him as you just come and just whack right in the face.
Do I keep the shield?
No, he has the shield still.
With Anton
But because he was, no, Anton had a hold of it, so basically the shield comes in, sort of to the thing on his wrist. So as it slicks back on, Anton's like, well, I gotta let go somehow, and just wails back and punches him.
Nice.
And then will fall back to the ground. But you are over land still. However, I will need an acrobatics check. Okay, you don't manage to fall flat on your face.
Always positive.
We'll save that for the autumn.
Hey!
It is Red's turn, and since you are right now by him again, he's going to use shock.
Shocking.
And going to miss again, because apparently that's all I roll with that.
Hey, I've been rolling all twos, you know?
I know. Anton, you're up.
Well, since I'm up and close with Mr. 13,
13 of what?
Unfortunately, a 17 is not going to hit him. As you create a giant stone hammer, and he gracefully deflects it with his newly returned shield. Lutra.
Hey, they're just gonna get a little closer. Like, closer. And then he's going to shoot another taser arrow. Because that seemed to work so well.
Well, if you can hit.
what do I need to roll?
You're not even in my line of sight.
Nothing.
That's the point.
Nothing. have to roll anything. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Oh, wow.
Hold on, make sure the buzzer's working. Yeah, like Jeopardy.
Oh. It's number 13's turn. And at this point, since Lutra has made his way closer, he now has an idea. He's actually charging towards Lutra with Shield Bash. But apparently it's a Lutra thing.
Yeah.
Anytime you mention the word.
Just kind of gracefully steps us. No. Okay, so as Lutra's trying to figure out what's wrong with his crossbow, he drops it on the ground by accident, so he bends over to pick it up, and he just gets missed by the guy entirely.
Pretty much. However, it is Red's turn, and again, since you're right up in Red's face, it's going to try and use Shock on you. And I don't think a 22 hits Lutra.
What's the defense again?
Parry.
12, no. Wait.
22 will hit.
Hold on.
Dead Nut will hit you.
Yeah, that was 12. Does.
All right, so in that case, I'm going to need a Fortitude save, DC of 21. You're fine as he giant taser and he hits you square on and you just sort of look at him, grin your sharp little otter teeth and just weather the electricity, which is really weird considering you're still a little wet.
No.
But what I will say is you are now very floofy.
I'm used to that. Yeah, I'm used to that. The floofy, not the electricity. Ow! Gosh.
Anton, your turn.
Are these fools on land now?
Yes, at this point they are. They are still hovering, so they are still hovering though.
But I can reach up and touch them with some of my stuff now.
You can definitely reach out and touch them, yes.
Will Menagerie work if they're hovering?
Menagerie will work. They will have a slight bonus to their dodge checks because they are in the air, but Menagerie will still work.
What about Decay?
What you know is Decay will work on the drone. It will not work on the person.
Okay. Yeah, let's use Decay on the drone.
Yeah, it can't make that. So whereas Lutra's taser arrow caused the drone to fall apart, yours literally goes full on. For the record, if you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War yet, close your ears because spoilers incoming. Dissolves like that. You're good.
You're good. He's not good, but
No, he's just a pile
I
of
figured
ash.
as much.
Lutra's turn.
Okay. Screw this bleeding crossbow. Lucha just looks at the guy and he's gonna just jump at him with teeth and claws.
Well, it wasn't a 2.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you most definitely hit. You hit by 2 tiers, which actually makes that a 28. Yeah, you start ripping and tearing and shredding this thing.
hey, leave the shield. I want that.
It means he's bruised and dazed.
Woohoo!
It is his turn. He just sort of looks around, realizes exactly what's going on here, and I'm going to, again, give each of you 2 involved in the combat a hero point for fiating this escape. And A very interesting looking portal appears behind him, and he just sort of ducks into it, and it just disappears.
It just takes a step forward, like, oh. That was weird. Where'd he go?
That must be a new feature.
Yes, this compass comes with a new feature. It'll now beep when you're in a room with a key.
I got that reference.
Anyway, as you guys are figuring that out, we're going to shift back to the library. All right, so you are back in the library. This is basically happening. This is right after you message Lutra and Anton saying you found something. You need to discuss it later.
So at this point, I don't think there's anything actually left in the library for us to find. So I sort of walk back up to the lighthouse to see if there's anything more around the lighthouse.
Well, as you are exiting from this sort of entrance, something catches your eye because just as soon as you get up out of the little hidden path in the water, the green glow that has been around your sword since you got back from the future completely disappears.
Am I close enough to see this also?
100%.
Well, that's odd.
Do you feel any kind of change in the winds?
I haven't really been able to feel like outside of what you would normally feel with the wind, I haven't been able to really feel much of it since my powers changed. But the energy to my sword has a different feel to it.
Take a couple steps back, see if it comes back on.
And that energy that you had been feeling for the past little while is no longer there.
I just stare at my sword for a little bit and bang it on the ground. Not really bang hard, more of a tap, more of a ting ting ting.
Like you're trying to get the batteries to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, you do not get the batteries to work.
Maybe we need to get you a better weapon.
Oh, crap. They were the off-brand batteries. Dang it.
I point my sword at Malkir and say, "Do you want to try out to see if it still works?"
I just hold up my hand, just have a fireball appear in it.
You don't want to do that.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to spar with Anton, so if you really want to test your luck, bring it on.
And with that, Phantasm just vanishes into thin air. And all Malkir can hear is the disembodied voice saying, "Try me."
So you're going to be a coward and not face me like a man?
And with that, Phantasm just sort of smacks Malkir in the back of the head.
He goes full on Gibbs, doesn't he?
Yes. Exact Gibbs.
And as Malkir, or as Phantasm reappears to do that, you get a bzz, 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 and your phone is vibrating like complete mad right now. All it says It's from the number you know belongs to Casey. It just says 911.
Well, I guess we'll have to finish this later.
Phantasm texts back, "Are we meeting you in Reno?"
You get no response.
I get on the comms. "Lutra, Anton, we need to head back to the base right now."
We're a little busy.
"I'll come pick you up." "Let's go, Mocker." And with that, I sort of sprint back towards the jet.
So we're not really busy anymore. We kind of finished everything. We're just sitting here doing nothing now, Anton.
Well, this was actually happening during the fight.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Right, timing.
So
Yes,
just sprint
Something
out.
you don't have.
No.
Yeah. So as you get to the jet, basically, you will be flying into the Colossus as you see a battle suit. Actually, the battle suit didn't fly away. So yeah, you're flying in, basically right at the point where the battle suit sort of backed through the portal. So you two don't actually see him, but
You okay, Lutra?
Yeah, fine. Why is
Those
everything
guys
always
are
run
getting
away?
annoying. I know. I kind of wanted to shield.
That was a really nice shield. Why did they attack us? Or you? Or me? What? Who wants you dead?
Did you not hear them?
I heard him say they
bought my
wanted
armor.
to kill you. That was about it.
Apparently, now that I don't have my armor, I'm a marked man for them. They just want me dead.
So, as the jet gets back, Phantasm hits the button to sort of deploy rope, so Lutra and Anton can grab hold. What Phantasm doesn't know is that obviously Hub wanted to have a little fun before they left, and one of the ropes actually has a hook at the end, and attached to the hook is a fish.
Lutra walks over to the rope with the fish on it, looks at it, grabs the fish and the rope, and kind of munches on the fish raw.
Do you want to load the boat up too, or are we just going?
Well, I guess Hub actually thought ahead and put the hook on there so we can actually bring the boat up. So, yeah, attach that to the boat and I guess jump in the boat.
Fine.
Lutra's eating a raw fish right now, and he's happy.
Sushi.
Not really sure this would be considered sushi. There's no vinegared
I
rice
need
for one.
Lutra at a sushi bar. Oh my
Oh, no,
god,
that has
I
to
need
happen.
that so hard.
I feel like we've mentioned that happening before. That needs to happen.
All right, I got the boat hooked up. Let's go.
Lutra grabs rope.
As they're sort of rising up, Phantasm gets a brief flash, and as soon as he comes to this realization he just does, he pulls out the parchment and tears it in half. The only part of the parchment that he leaves out is the top with the first hint.
So,
Hey, Malkir, you might give the crossbow here a check out. It's shooting kind of funky.
no, it's fine. Leave me alone. Did you guys find anything? We didn't find a thing down there.
Oh, we
hold
found
up.
stuff, but it wasn't what we were looking for.
I hold up the note and I say, well, we found this, and I feel there's like more to it, but at least there's something we can sort of go off of. What this says is, here we leave our legacy, let any who find it benefit from our knowledge, and we have amidst the crimson glow, freedom is found atop air's rock. I've been racking my brain. I haven't been able to figure out any of it.
Eris Rock. I have no idea what that means.
Don't you think we should check on the 911 first, Phantasm?
Wait, there was a 911?
What's
What
911?
happened? What's
He lies.
When we came to pick you up, we got a 911 from Casey on Phantasm's phone, so something's happening at the base.
Lutra kind of looks a little flustered, but says, "All right, well, let's get home then."
And unfortunately, I'm too far away to reconnect, so I can't get you camera footage right now.
Thanks, Hub.
Yes, thanks, Hub.
But what I can
Do you
do
know what
is
how
tell
what
everybody
is
to
going
buckle
on?
up. Like I said, I have no idea, but everybody buckle up. I'm not supposed to do this, but this is an emergency.
Quickly put your seatbelts
What
on.
is-
And before anyone can even put the seatbelts on, for anyone who's played Final Fantasy VII, the scene in the end of Disc 2 where Sid hits the button and the high wind goes from the propeller-powered ship to the rocket-powered ship where it just starts taking off, that's basically what's happening. Something happens, you hear a couple of things falling off, and if those of you want to look out quickly, you see a big old engine on the back of this plane now, and you guys, whoosh.
So,
Assuming Lucha gets like pinned back to something in the wall or something on the jet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like Lucha's snout goes crashing into a wall. He just grumbles a lot.
well, that was effective, Hub.
Hey, if something's happening, we got to get there fast. So yeah, you guys are going probably way faster than a jet probably should be able to go. Poor Phantasm definitely smells burning of the parts in the plane being pushed to its limit.
Have we had a structural engineer check this, Hub?
Have we ever had an engineer check this, is my question.
Now's not the time for engineers. Now's the time to get going.
We're going already. I'd like to get there, not on fire.
Then don't sit next to Malkir.
I'm not. Lucha passes away from Melchior.
Hi, Lutra.
Hi, Melchior. Hey, so you guys ended up in a library?
I don't know. Phantasm took me somewhere.
Phantasm looks over her shoulder. Well, not really the library. We ended up at the ruins of a library that exists right by the lighthouse.
Oh. What made you think to go there?
The lighthouse?
The library.
Lighthouse is one of the ancient wonders.
No, the library.
Because my sword glue.
Oh.
But now it doesn't.
When Lutra says "oh" out loud, he also hears that same "oh" in his head from Dev.
I don't know what that means. I mean, okay.
You went "oh," she went "oh,"
Gotcha.
like the exact same way Lutra
Oh,
did.
gotcha. Okay. So your sword doesn't glow anymore?
Phantasm pulls out his sword and it's just black.
Well, that's strange.
Yeah, I'm not too happy.
Guess it was lucky you were there. And the sword led you to that clue then, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we can figure out what it means.
Right, yeah. Why did you send us to that other place anyway? There was nothing there.
Because I don't know what's where. I mean, so far, two of the ancient wonders have produced something.
You sent us really far away.
I sent you across the sea. I could have sent you to the Hanging Gardens, which was the furthest one.
Mm-hmm.
The Colossus is literally the next closest one.
Okay. It just kind of pads away.
But why did he send you there and not keep you for the lighthouse? Also, did you notice that there's only half a paper? What else was on there? What else isn't he telling us?
I mean, if he found a half a paper, he's not going to be able to tell us anything about it.
But are you sure he found half a paper?
I mean, that's what he said he found.
Are you sure he's telling the whole truth?
Lucha kind of looks back over his shoulder towards Phantasm and kind of looks away and kind of mutters, "Pretty sure." No, he's my friend. He wouldn't lie to me.
I thought I was your friend too.
You are.
And would I lie to you?
I'm not saying you're lying to me. By the way, at this point, Lucha's kind of gone off to a corner so no one else can really hear him.
Also, for those of you who or Phantasm, at this point, the speedometer has stopped working because you're going at a ridiculous rate.
Has it done the spinning around now?
Basically. You're not even sure how it's possible for it to be going this fast, but yeah.
I just crit that perception check, so in the midst of all this, I do realize that Lutra is not where he should be concerning the speed of the plane.
Yeah, and for the record, for the speed of the plane, it's approximately 3,000 miles an hour.
Do we have any kind of initial dampeners on this plane or what?
You guys can't feel it.
Oh, thank God.
Nanotech is a fantastic material.
Yay.
Don't look out the window, though.
Oh, Lucia's not anywhere near a window.
So at this point, Phantasm actually gets up to go look for Lutra.
It's a small plane-ish. You'll find it.
Is it? I thought our jet was actually kind of massive.
It's a small-ish plane. It's also Phantasm's kind of baby, so he kind of knows the whole thing.
That's true.
See, it takes you about 10 minutes, but you find him.
To be fair, that 10 minutes, haven't we gotten to the spot?
I mean, you're at 3,000 miles an hour.
Considering...
the distance from Egypt to San Francisco is approximately 1,200 kilometers. 1,200 kilometers an hour is approximately 7,400 miles per hour. At 3,000 miles per hour, it's going to approximately take you 2.5 hours, give or take.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Fine. I thought we said no math.
That was me typing buttons into a computer.
That's a calculator, sir.
Nope. And I wasn't referencing not computing numbers. I was referencing the job class calculator from Final Fantasy Tactics.
I know what you're referencing. Lucha looks up at Phantasm. It's like, oh, hi, Phantasm. What's up? As, by the way, he's sitting in a corner of, like, the conference room. Like, I'm assuming this plane has some kind of, like, meeting room or whatever, right?
Yeah, the war room.
Right, the war room. He's sitting in the corner of that room, just kind of, like on the floor, just kind of, like, looking, like, actually at the wall. He has to turn around to look at you. It's like, oh, hi, Phantasm.
What are you doing in here?
Oh, it was just too much noise out there. I just wanted to have some kind of quiet. That's all.
Well, don't stay back here too long, because when we get back, that whole jerk that you felt when we took off, yeah, you're gonna feel it the other direction, because something tells me Hub's gonna brake hard.
How do you brake hard in an airplane? Whatever, fine.
You shut the jets off.
True. Okay, fine. I'll be careful. Just try to give me some heads up, because you know Hub won't. Or Hub will, like, 1 second before he does it.
Yeah, I'll set the message over. Everything okay? What happened to you and Anton at Colossus? You guys said you didn't find anything, but
Oh, we got attacked.
still took you guys a while.
Oh, we got attacked by people hunting Anton. Or
The armored
yeah.
dudes?
Different guy, though. Well, leading the other robots. Don't know what's up with that. And then he left through a portal.
Phantasm, go ahead and give me an insight check. The big question on your mind, how'd they know they were there?
I was actually just gonna ask that.
Okay, fair enough.
So, you guys went to an ancient wonder because you were looking for clues, but someone knew that you were going there?
I don't know. They just kind of showed up. I don't actually know where they came from. They just kind of appeared.
It's really weird. I'm not saying you guys, just in general, really weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around lately.
There's still 4 more spots for us to check, too, for any more clues. I mean,
Hey, Phantasm.
what's
You
up?
wouldn't have happened to have know anything about what the rest of that parchment says, would you?
Just the part that I have, and I actually pull out the top of the parchment and hand it to Lutra.
Okay, so Lucha takes it, looks at it, reads the only clue he's got access to, and says, "This doesn't make any sense. Of course, I wouldn't know any of this
No.
anyway."
Crimson glow and a rock, like, I'm thinking a volcano, maybe?
Perfect sense if you think about it.
Wait, how does this make perfect sense?
It's simple. It's an ancient clue, so think of ancient places.
I don't know ancient places very well. Lucha looks up at Phantasm and says, "Is there an ancient place that kind of deals with maybe something like this?"
Well, as I said, my inclination is volcanoes, and all volcanoes are ancient, so, I mean, crimson glow and... Wait, who's telling you ancient places? Is it Dev?
Yeah.
Maybe Pompeii?
Where's Pompeii?
Pompeii is in Italy. It's along the sea there. Back actually closer to where we just were.
Okay,
But it was a city that was destroyed by a volcanic eruption years and years and years and years and years ago.
Oh.
Like, as was said, ancient.
Now, I've just got one other question. Where's Italy?
Do you remember where we just were?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe 20 minutes as the jet flies.
This jet? Or normal jets?
This
Oh.
jet.
Okay, so kind of far.
Not as far as you'd think. And since we're in the war room, I walk over to the table. I type in Colossus, and I type in Vesuvius, and pops up, and
Oh, and Luke just, like, stands up and actually walks over towards you.
You know, you could probably use that thing to get more information on your heirs rock.
Lucia kind of nods and looks over at Phantasm and says, I see. Well, interesting.
so this map comes up, and Phantasm sort of explains to Lutra, like, where the number 12 is where Colossus is, and where 16 is where Mount Vesuvius is, which is Pompeii.
Out of game, you realize I can't actually get that up on the screen.
Oh, yes. TG, can you load that into full 20?
Sure can. Give me a minute. Yeah, so I apologize for this. I was not expecting this, so give me 1 minute.
And actually, just out of game, I retract that 13 is actually 8, but
Okay. So noted. Lucia looks to you like he's being very interested in all of this. He just nods and says, so you're thinking of Volcano and Pompeii then?
possibly.
Well, we should probably head over there after we're done with whatever's going on at Casey's place.
That was Dev's laugh, by the way.
I figured.
So
You
yeah,
should all have the Pompeii map now.
I do.
8 and 16.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I'm learning so much about this, our whole world. Actually, I actually never really looked at most of these other countries.
Well, that's going on. Hey, Hub, are you able to pull up security on Casey's yet?
You get no response.
I see we're not talking again.
If I don't focus on what I'm doing, this whole jet falls apart.
It already is falling apart.
Actually, it's holding together quite well. Would you like to go outside and see it?
I'll take a rain check on that.
That was the most serious you've ever heard, Hub, by the way.
Hence the rain check.
Anything else going on in either any of the locations where people are before we...
Actually, there is going to be the moment Phantasm leaves Lutra alone.
Well, after showing this, Phantasm asked Lutra, "Hey, can I have the parchment back? I'm gonna go back and dwell on it, see if I can think of anything else. But yeah, we're probably all gonna make a visit to Pompeii then."
Sure. Lutra gives the part that he's got one more read again. Kind of mutters it real quickly to himself before he hands it back to you. Here you go. I'll be in here. It's quieter in here.
So I'm going to assume Phantasm takes the parchment and heads out. So what is Lutra doing when that happens?
After he leaves, and like Lutra kind of waits to make sure he's not just going to come right back in, Lutra actually goes over towards the computer and starts typing in the clue like outright.
I will send you a link to what Lutra gets. So that's going on. Meanwhile, what's happening back in the Oasis? Y'all are still airsick from Hub's takeoff. Gotcha.
Oh, we're not back yet.
Just waiting to see if I'm going to get any response from what Lutra finds or if he's holding on to it for a later date.
Golden Sun. I need to play this sometime. Oh, right, sorry. No, nothing's gonna come from this right now.
All right. You hear a buckle up, everyone.
Click.
Lucha like sits in one of the chairs around him and like clips himself in.
And there is a sudden, like, you can definitely feel yourself. Like, if you've ever flown in a plane, you know that sort of landing feel. It's that, like, multiplied by a good bit because you're going so fast. But Hub, surprisingly, lands you perfectly on the roof. And immediately pops open the door and says, "Go!"
Lucha gets out and runs back into the main
Land
area.
on my room.
Your little stone tent is fine.
Lucha gets it, joins the rest of the teams, like, runs out with the rest of them. Actually, hold on. We're just gonna activate his belt and go invisible. Just because he doesn't know what we're running into.
Where are you all running to?
I'd assume
So
inside.
first, I'm gonna try to open communication with Casey.
You hear static.
Hub.
Working on trying to establish it.
Any idea on what's going on here?
Nothing. I'm completely shut out.
Can we get in, or is the door locked?
Door's perfectly fine. It opens up.
Lutra goes
Aw.
running inside, invisible.
I follow the otter.
Where's the otter going?
Well, one into the loft, and then if he sees nothing, heading toward Casey's office.
Well, he sees nothing in the loft.
Casey's office, then.
You get there. You've seen this before. It's in lockdown mode.
Lucha knocks on the door.
You get no response.
Hey, Lucha, step aside.
Lucha does so, and he uninvisibles himself. For the time being.
I'm going to knock on the door. A little harder.
You still get no response.
Can I sense anything inside the room?
You sense. Give me a perception check. You sense 2 sets of feet. Or 2 things. One of them seems to be not moving a whole lot, but you can feel like shaking. Almost like someone's cold or scared. And the other one, you can definitely feel that same shaking, but this one's more in anger.
Do you tell anybody this?
Well, yeah, I'm going to tell you that there's 2 people in
Well, we've got
or
yeah,
2 things.
we've got Ben. Well, probably Ben and Dr. Casey.
Well, we need to get in somehow. Hub? Can you override?
Working on it. What is the insight check for?
I'll explain then.
But yes, I'm working on trying to figure it out.
Where's the weak spot? I'll punch a hole in it.
This room is designed to not have a weak spot.
Can we superheat it and then create a weak spot?
I mean, in theory, yes, but you'd have to super cool it as well.
Well, if it's metal, once I heat it up, he can just punch through it.
I mean, you could definitely do that. Are you okay with punching through a metal door?
Anton?
Wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be.
I just put my hand on the door and just start sending like waves of heat into it.
I mean, you hit the door because it's an inanimate object, so... I mean, what I will need is either a Maw of the Earth check from... There we go. So it's going to take a couple of minutes, but you will definitely break through the wall. Unfortunately for you, Anton, this is going to happen.
Probably some security thing's going to clamp down on him.
Happens if I hit a plus, not an underscore.
Right?
You are going to get blasted by something as you pound your way through the door. I need you to make a DC 27 toughness save as you get hit with this. Well, I'll explain to you after you make. All right, so you kind of get blasted by this, and as you get blasted, anyone else who enters through the door sees a very scared Ben in the corner with Casey wielding an, oh my god, that's freaking huge gun.
Luke just calls it.
Casey, it's us. Put it
Casey, it's us. We're here. Hi. Lucha waves.
Thank you. You certainly took your time.
down. Casey,
We were
what
like
the expletive is going on here?
We were in Egypt. Apparently, we went so fast we got here in like 2.5 hours.
Hub. You see a smile sort of come on his face, and he just sort of completely relaxes. Which, by the way, that was a nanotech cannon that he hit you with.
At which point, I'm very tempted to clobber Casey in the face with the
Hey,
stone
hey,
fist that I've got One.
Lucha kind of stands in front of him like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. No one knew what was going on. Casey, what's going on?
Well, this. He punches up a video, and basically what you end up seeing is Lutra recognizes it, Phantasm will recognize it. Oh, never mind, Phantasm never got off the plane, so he won't recognize this. So Lutra will recognize it. It's part of the loft that Casey and Ben live in. And Ben's just sitting there minding his own business. Next thing you know, randomly appearing in through the window is someone clad all in black. Malk here can go ahead and give me an insight check. You recognize her almost immediately.
Her?
Her. I'm taking a minute to get a picture up here for you. Yes, Malkier recognizes her almost immediately. As sort of one of the professional courtesy type of things, he knows her. She is an assassin.
Do I know what her code name is or whatever?
She actually is. There are two of them. She and her sister work as a unit. They don't actually go by any code names. They are on the assassins market. The people you go to when you don't care how a job gets done, you just need it to get done.
So sort of like my level one.
Basically, yes. Whereas you did have a code name, they don't. But they're one of those kind of like the Voldemort style where you don't want to speak their names just because of the terror that the name invokes. And this is one of two sisters. This is Kelly Capliano. And you know that she usually works in concert with her sister, Kathy, which strikes you as very odd considering you're only seeing Kelly here.
I just immediately tell everyone to watch their backs and kind of tell them to get in like a defensive posture. And then I just look at her and ask where her sister.
Oh no, that's on the video. This isn't in front of me. That's in the video.
Gotcha. Sorry.
And the video then shows she triggered her alarm or something because there's no sound here, but she is going after Ben, and the only reason Ben manages to get anywhere escape is because Nora is going to be proud of this. The hub bots that he challenged to a fight earlier came in and got their asses kicked again, but were enough pile of scrap metal to delay long enough for Ben to get to Casey's office.
I mean, thank goodness they were there, I guess.
I'm glad I left a few of them in one piece.
Yeah. Lucha pads over to Ben and kind of like hugs him.
He's just like, he's not responsive. He's
Right.
just, I mean, he just had some crazy lady try and kill him. I'd be scared
Well,
too.
obviously. That's why I said just kind of sits next to him, just kind of hugs him. Giving him the old, it's going to be okay. We're here. We'll save you or protect you. We're fine. It'll be okay.
Can I sense anyone else in the building that's not supposed to be there, or is my tremor sense just kind of?
It's limited to the floor you're on.
Oh, okay.
Because you kind of have to share a thing with it. But yeah, there's nobody else here that you. But yeah, so basically that's the whole scene. She sort of, you can see the video where she sort of follows the path he makes because you can see Ben running. He scrambles into Casey's office. Casey hits the lockdown mode button. Then you see him go over to Phantasm has seen this armory before, but the rest of you haven't. Hits a button, picks up this behemoth of a cannon, and is just sort of standing there as he sends you guys the 911.
Casey, did they leave anything for us when they left?
I don't know. I haven't left this room.
Well, you have sensors all over this place. Did you see any sensors of anything they might have left behind?
Well, that's the problem. Once I sent the message to you, this happens. And all of the cameras go static.
Well, we should probably do a sweep of the place.
Just be warned,
Where's-
guys. They work in twos. There's a second one. We only saw one here.
I mean, hold on a second. He goes over and types something, and he does a quick scan of all the cameras. He's like, no, there's only one. Every camera in this place, there's only one of them.
I'm telling you, she doesn't work alone, and she has a sister.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
She's not far behind.
I'm just saying that I have no record of that.
Wait. She has a sister? Is she cute?
Lutra, please.
I don't know that she's your
Can I-
type.
So did she say anything?
Just that I needed to die.
Rachel hugs Ben tightly. You don't need to die.
She said that I needed to die today so that I couldn't be a thorn tomorrow.
Rachel kind of looks up towards. Is Phantasm actually here, or did he stay in the plane?
No,
Just
he literally never got off
Okay.
the plane.
So he looks up at the other two, Anton and Melchior, and says, "Wait, guys, do you think she's talking about the future?"
Anton looks kind of down at his amulet and goes, I would almost put money on it.
For the record, Phantasm, you now can hear this over the comms because Hub did manage to get that communication back up.
It'd be a very good bet, Lutra.
Lutra, go ahead and give me an insight check. And while that's going on really quickly, is Phantasm doing anything special on the plane?
Phantasm's back in the war room.
And what's he doing in the war room?
He is Googling.
Well, I will give you the same thing from the prior her search history that and while Phantasm is wrapping his head around that, we'll go back to the results of Lutra's insight
Lucha
check.
looks up at Melchior, Anton, and Casey and just screams out, "Connor!"
What about Connor, Lutra?
If she's here targeting Ben, right? You guys thought you saw Connor much older when we were at where we found Phantasm. If that's the case, then she might be targeting Connor as well as Ben. Like our Connor. The one we know.
Casey, where is Connor at the moment?
Working on that right now.
Phantasm, get ready. We're meant to fly again.
From the data I have, still in school. Perfectly safe. Here, he'll bring up a classroom camera.
I agree with Lutra. We should probably go secure him.
Yes, but should we leave Ben here? I think Casey can handle it, but at the same time, we just punched a hole in the secure.
Yeah, I don't think that it's necessary to secure him. They showed up here 2.5 hours ago. If they wanted him, they'd have had him by now.
How far away is the school?
10 minutes.
What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Let's not go stomping through a school. Unless you're planning on doing an impromptu assembly with everybody there, it's not going to work out.
We're just going to show him an otter.
I could be the school mascot.
Do you even know what a mascot is?
I've seen him on TV.
They're great!
Yeah, I love that one.
So what do you suggest, Casey?
Well, according to Malkier, they work in a pair. There's only one of them here. So that means Lutra makes sense. There had to have been a second target. But all this information here, I've been having Hub scan through the computers. Connor is perfectly fine in school. So who's the second target?
At that point, Anton puts it together that it's got to be Zypher. Do we actually know who Cypher is in our current time?
I do. Name's Phant.
Give me an...
What?
Or that.
No, he told.
No, that works.
No, he told me his name in the dream. Remember? I can't hear a word you're saying.
There's a ranting TGE on stream.
Yeah. No. The answer was yes, Lutra does know what Zephyr's real name was, and he just ordered it out.
Casey, we need information on him now.
Ventus Parker.
Okay. What information do you need?
Where is he? And who is he?
Let's start with the first.
From what appears to be, he is a senior in Goffstown, New Hampshire. 17 years old, just graduated from high school, going to be going to Villanova in the fall. His father is a police lieutenant. His mother teaches college English. He has a sister who is 2 years younger named Tara. He chuckles at that one. Cute. What else do you want to know? Like, I can...
Hub, fire up the jet.
But of course.
We need to get to New Hampshire now.
Phantasm, as you are sitting in the jet, you hear the engines turn on. Or he hears the engines turn on, but we'll tell him when he gets back.
Also, Casey, you should probably get him out of school.
I will send a message to his mother, and I will personally make sure he is coming here. And she is coming here.
Anton's sprinting to the jet right now.
So is Lutra.
I think Anton's come to the realization that if we're not in time, the amulet goes bye-bye.
Yeah. For the record, here's the address, and yeah, so he punches in an address for you.
Thanks, Hub.
Not a problem. So Anton has already sprinted up to the jet. Is anyone else following him to the jet?
I am. I'm running right behind him. After I give Ben one.
I would also follow because I don't go away from combat.
So at this point, Phantasm, you hear the three of them clang, clang, clanging back up into the jet.
Phantasm, you there?
What's going on?
We need to get to New Hampshire now. The address is in the jet already.
The screen says 17 Laurel Street, Goffstown, New Hampshire.
Are we going hub style on this?
Yes, twice.
Lutra very quickly
Okay.
jumps into a chair and buckles a seat belt.
So while we're getting on the plane, I kind of explain to Phantasm what we discovered in there. Casey hiding in the room, and us kind of piecing together that Vin is the one who's got the other one after.
All right. And with this, Phantasm just sort of hits a button and takes a hold of the thrusters and pushes them to the max himself. So Phantasm is literally pushing the engines harder than Hub was earlier.
You know, we're going to destroy the jet with us in it if you keep doing this.
Do you want to come fly this?
Sure, actually.
Wait, no, we don't.
Oh.
At this point, a robotic hub arm comes and pins Lutra in the seat. You're not flying my jet.
I wasn't gonna. I was just.
I
Have
can
a
take
seat.
longer, and we can put Ven in more danger.
I'd rather just get there in one piece. Is all I'm saying.
We'll get there in one piece.
All right.
It doesn't take you too long to get there. The unfortunate part is you're in a small New England town. There's really no place for a big old jet. Unless you want to land in the woods behind St. Anselm's College.
I slow down the engines to where we're practically hovering. I walk back to the war room, open up a cabinet, pull out 3 bags, go over, hand one to Lutra, hand one to Malkir, and hand one to Anton. You guys have a parachute?
What's a parachute?
It's fun.
You'll have fun. So, you're going to jump out of the plane. When you do that, pull this cord, and a parachute's going to come out, and you get to float down to Earth.
Okay, hold on. I'm slightly confused. We're gonna jump out of the plane while it's in the air?
Yes.
Okay. Wait,
It's
hold
either that or
on. We're gonna jump out of the plane while it's in the air.
It's either that or I can park a way away and you can run for about 2 hours to get to Ven.
Okay. And this is gonna make us not die when we jump out of the plane?
That's what the backpack's for.
Okay. Lucia kind of like timidly puts the thing on.
Phantasm sort of hits a button and the drop hatch at the back of the plane starts lowering. Anton, Malker, you guys have any reservations?
I'm
I
good.
just go and just dive out.
Just like that, Lutra. Let's go.
Okay.
Do I need to carry you out?
Probably.
I want to pick Lutra
I've got
up.
this. I've got this.
Oh, go ahead.
Another one of the claw arms comes, just sort of gently, and by gently I mean forcefully, nudges Lutra out the.
Don't forget to pull the cord.
Frantically pulls at a cord.
I'm
So-
going to jump out now.
I'm assuming Phantasm is just flying out.
Well, Phantasm's going to park the plane first. So he parks the plane and flies back to the area.
For the sake of plot convenience, you all will arrive at the same time. However, the hilarity of watching Lutra try and flap his arms while falling and pulling the cord is rather hilarious.
Oh, yes. And when he lands, he's mostly shaky. One, he doesn't know how to land, so he, crashes into the ground. And just kind of collapses. Two, he's shaking like, any kind of scared animal at this point. And three, he's muttering to himself a whole lot of things that aren't appropriate for this channel on Twitch here.
And for his hair's all
His
shoved
fur
back
is
behind
his
him.
fur and his head fur is just he's just no.
He's no longer fluky.
No. He kind of lays on the ground and hugs it. He's like, I'm never leaving you again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take the airplane.
And as Anton lands, I use the ground to stand him back up.
Also, for what it's worth, if Phantasm would have jumped out of the plane, he wouldn't have had a parachute, but
I don't think we're too concerned about that.
no.
No, I don't either. But I'm assuming you guys are making your way over to the address in.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, as you approach, the first thing you notice is police tape.
That's not
Which
good.
immediately goes invisible.
Well, the police are definitely cordoning off the area. They have a complete, there is, I'll give this one to Phantasm for free. There is a lot more police around here than you would expect for pretty much anything at all, whether it be a death or whatever. There is a massive, massive police presence here.
Do I notice anything other than police? Whether it be
Nope,
private vehicles, coroners, or anything like that?
No coroner vans, anything like that. You notice a bunch of police, a bunch of detectives. There is just a bunch of everything. And there's more, and what you notice about that is there's more than just Goffstown PD. There's Manchester PD. There's some New Hampshire state troopers here at this point. And they all have a panicked look of fear on their faces. Lutra is invisible. What is he doing?
I walk up to...
Oh, I'm just going to sneak past everybody and go into the school.
You mean the
Oh,
house?
the house, I'm sorry, right.
For the record, it is exactly the same as your dream burst.
Oh.
All right, what is Phantasm doing?
I walk up to one of the officers and I ask why there's so many officers here.
And who are you?
Well,
If you have no
One of my
business here,
friends-
leave.
one of my friends knows the person who lives here, and we're just concerned for their safety.
Well, then you can call them like everybody else.
considering they live here, I don't think calling them is going to do much good.
Exactly, but you're not getting past this line.
Okay. He turns, walks away, and about 10 steps away from the guy, he just sort of disappears.
All right, Lutra has made his way inside the house, which the door, it's easy to sneak into the door because there are constant comings and goings. What you see is again, it's exactly the same as you remember from the Dream Burst. There are 3 people around a kitchen table, and they all are in different levels of panic, crying, and anger. You see a teenage girl, seems to be about 15. You see an older woman, and you see an older man. You can definitely see the resemblance facial structure-wise in the older man and the 15 years in the future version of Zephyr that you saw. But there is no young Zephyr anywhere.
Lutra frowns at this and kind of sticks around to wait to see if like anyone's talking about anything, or maybe he's
Give me a perception check. Well, in that case, you are going to hear everything. Basically, you see at this point the older man, who you hear someone refer to him as Michael, is talking with the detective, and he's like, all he's saying is, "All I know is that I heard screaming. I ran downstairs, and by that point, there was a lady. He describes her. Very similar description to the picture you guys saw back from Stormbreaker Tech, and she took him. She took my son."
Lutra pauses at that and immediately kind of recognizes what that means. Assuming I'm not getting anything else from that.
That's basically it.
Gotcha. All right, so Lutra kind of sneaks back out to the rest of everybody else. And assuming he gets there.
Well, he finds Malkier and Anton. Not quite sure where Phantasm is. Phantasm, where are you?
Phantasm actually went into the house too.
So you hear the
Possibly
exact same information.
So
unless you're investigating not upstairs.
No, I'm sort of just going through the entire house looking for any sort of evidence of breaking and entering or struggle or anything like that.
What you hear, you can definitely determine that downstairs is where you need to go. Are you doing the search? Or are you doing the full Monty search?
Well, considering I don't have an hour, I'm just doing a quick one.
Alrighty, perception it is then. Alrighty. Does not appear to be any B and E, but you can pretty much surmise that. Now, the way the house is laid out, you enter through the side door, and you can immediately, when you enter through the side door, you're immediately faced with the kitchen, where the rest of the family is. Immediately to your left is downstairs. You go downstairs, and there is a split immediately. You can go all the way down the hallway, which is the bedroom that you're in, or you can move to the right, which apparently is a laundry room. So heading down into the bedroom, there is 2 windows on this bedroom. These are at ground level, so it's, easier to break into. There is definitely a window still open. There are a bunch of detectives and stuff down here doing a bunch of searching. In their discussions, they can find nothing, no evidence of anything. So it looks like, what everyone can tell is the kid, Van was obviously playing some sort of video game. By this point, the game is off, but there's there's a PlayStation out there. I was definitely playing some sort of video game, and it looks like he was snagged from behind. And the rest of the story matches up with what you heard upstairs. Screaming, run downstairs, and she escapes with the kid.
Are there any news reporters outside?
Surprisingly, no.
And was there any information on when this happened? That was mentioned.
From what you can gather, about the same time as you got the 911 text from Casey.
So we're at what, approximately 3 hours now?
Give or take.
So I go back out to the rest of the group. I look at Lutra. Lutra, do you realize that this happened about the same time that my sword went black?
Lutra blinks and looks at you and says, "Oh no."
That could have been the one connection that we had with Ven to be able to find him.
So what do we do?
Would I still have any connections to my old circle at this point, TG?
With a hero point, absolutely.
Well, I have not spent one yet this session, so I will use one to see if I can discern any of my dark web secrets to see where these guys might have gone.
And as for what those dark web secrets are and what they discern, we'll find that out next week. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Hey,
And, of course,
you're wrapping my session.
Keep hailing.
Boo.
You gave me the perfect cliffhanger.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.